One fine day, we wake up with Google banning our AdSense account, saying you cannot be teaching people how to hack Android. We own Android.
Did you always have a thought process with respect to what you wanted to do in life?
Everybody decided that this guy is going to become an engineer. I would be sitting in a room and people were like, this guy is a mad geek. My father would be like, uska score 30% aaya.
How come this platform just came to your mind with respect to exploring it, knowing more about it?
It is still, I believe, to be the most powerful platform. Whatever gets people to stay longer on the platform will get boosted by the platform. That content will get boosted by the platform. Sadly, this is the kind of content that people are engaging on.
Where did the seed of GrowthSchool come in?
There was a layoff.
Okay.
And I was laid off.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
I worked in 2 jobs in my life and both the companies have been laid off.
For the builders out there, what's that one thing that you'd like to share?
If someone can build something better than this, good luck. Thanks for giving us competition. We'll try even better.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dhairya Decodes Podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be joined by somebody who I have actually learned from literally as a student. He is somebody who you would have definitely seen on your Instagram feeds, YouTube feeds, LinkedIn for sure. I'm talking about Vaibhav Sisinty. He started off as an engineer turned marketer who is now the founder at GrowthSchool. He is somebody who I have immensely learned a lot from, especially about LinkedIn. From being a marketer at Uber and Klook to now actually building a company which is at the scale of GrowthSchool. And they went on to also raise $5 million from Sequoia and Owl Ventures. Apart from that, Vaibhav is also somebody who has been able to impact almost 1 million plus learners through his startup, and they have also won the top startup of the year 2022 and 2023 by LinkedIn 2 times in a row. There's a lot more that I could keep talking about him. However, today's podcast is going to decode his journey of how Vaibhav Sisinty became Vaibhav Sisinty the brand, to actually establishing GrowthSchool, which he built in stealth mode, and understanding what it can take for you to build something similar to him and tread a similar career path. So without any further ado, let's welcome Vaibhav to the Dhairya Decodes Podcast.
Wow, I should give you a good standing ovation. Guys, for all the people watching this, there is no teleprompter. She just said it without anything.
Thank you.
Thank you for such a wild introduction. Very excited to have you. Excited to host you at GrowthSchool.
Thank you.
I would, every time I meet a learner, I tell them, you guys built this, right? Because it's the learners who kept giving us feedback, kept pushing us, and we are here. So always excited to be hosted by one of the learners. So.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here as well. I mean, obviously when I started off with taking up the LinkedIn workshop one random day, I never imagined I would be interviewing you or probably be here, and LinkedIn would become like this platform that would enable me to be able to start something of my own, right? But it's really interesting that we are here. And while I would like to obviously know so much more about GrowthSchool and what you're doing currently, Vaibhav, I would like to start with your childhood. That is something I'm really piqued by whenever I'm speaking to anybody, because I think it tells so much about a person and what they've been able to do in the current times. So let me start with asking you, what kind of a family background did you come from in terms of what role did it play? Because I feel the kind of environment you are born and brought up in, the value system that your parents, relatives around you, people around you inculcate, does have a large impact on what you go on to do or build and the thought process you have when you connect the dots backwards. So what kind of an impact did it have on your career and the early choices you made, if you were to reflect?
Yeah, I would not say the cliche of saying that I come from middle class family, because by now I know what a middle class in India means, right? Yeah. I can say confidently that I come from an upper middle class family.
Okay.
When I say upper middle class family, the definition of that is that my dad is a bank clerk, was a bank clerk, he's now retired.
Right.
He worked as a clerk all his life. He never took a promotion.
All his life?
All his life.
Same.
He joined the same role, 30 years later he retires at the same role.
Okay.
And his answer to that is, if I take a promotion, bank will ask me to travel all over the place, and your education will go for a toss. So he puts it on me. I would say you were not aspirational, but to conversation for a different day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I grew up with my dad getting paid a salary of 10,000, 15,000, ended his career like 5 years back, not 5 years, 5-6 years back at a 40,000 rupee salary. Right? That's upper middle class definition.
That is your upper middle class
That is
definition?
actually the upper middle class in the country. Middle class in the country is anyways, let's not get into the
let's
conversation.
not get there, but
Let's
I'm
not get
shocked.
there.
Yeah.
So that is upper middle class. I have to define it,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
So have everything. Not that don't have food on the plate. No such sob stories.
Yeah.
Very strict father. Come from this small town called as Berhampur in Orissa. Not so small town. Abhi city ban gaya hai. Orissa mein Berhampur. Right. Did my schooling there.
ठीक है.
I'm a Telugu guy.
You're
Who is
Telugu
from
guy?
Orissa.
Oh.
So I speak Oriya.
Okay.
And Bollywood taught me Hindi. So Hindi भी बहुत अच्छा बात कर सकता हूँ, लिख भी सकता हूँ. And of course English.
Yeah.
Very strict father. How else do I put it? Upper middle class family with a very strict father leads you to get very restricted pocket money, to being very, very strict and anal with all your education. I just told you that my father didn't take a promotion for our education. If that is right by any sense, if you can imagine how much would be behind me.
Yeah.
Was always a horrible student. Never managed to, always was flunking in exams. I studied in ICSE, right? ICSE has Julius Caesar in the name of English. I keep saying this in all my workshops as well. It's such a pain, it still hurts, right? Used to fail in 3-4 subjects minimum in every exam that I would go by. And that is
But do you think that would happen because of the fact that he was so stringent about the fact that education is pivotal and you should?
Not really.
Not really?
I think ICSE is just, for a lack
I'm
of
an
better
ICSE
word,
student as well.
for a lack of better word, anal.
It
right?
is.
Like it's too hard. I mean, there are shortcuts to take, like joining your teacher's tuition, right? Which I never did. But it's just hard, right? I did try. It's not that I'm not one of those people who would be like, exams कर ले, chill मार रहे हो तुम, नहीं पढ़ना है, cricket खेलने जाना है. I would study.
Okay.
Right? At least before the exams for a couple of weeks. Still, like, it's not easy. It wasn't just easy.
Yeah.
In the name of science, we had to study physics, chemistry, biology, just 3 different subjects. You would know the pain.
Yeah, I know.
Not one English subject. English 1, English 2.
English,
what nonsense, right? But that made my life easy for sure in terms of education going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, that is, in my 4th grade, I lost my mom. Right, that was a little shaky. I was very close to my mother. Yeah. Right, that got my education to even a disaster mode. Yeah. Father got even stricter. I became more rebel. You know, usual story all around. But yeah, classic small town boy. I was always into robotics. Okay. I loved breaking things, so I would buy a toy, break them to make one more toy of it. Okay. Right. I would participate in robotics competitions. Do robots for IIT students when I was in 9th standard. Actually did my first workshop. This is not something I've spoken quite a lot. Yeah. Right. Did my first then workshops were not online, right? Yeah. After my 10th grade on robotics to 200 kids in my hometown. Oh wow. For 7 days. Amazing. With a group of friends who were all geeks like me. We made underwater robots. We would take
Which year was this in?
Do you want people to guess my age? Age to, I mean,
age to
year actually याद नहीं है मुझे.
हाँ. But been about
I'm
10,
just
12 years?
cleared my 10th grade.
Oh.
Just cleared my 10th grade. Like I've not even got into my 12th, 11th and 12th.
That early?
That early.
Okay.
Right?
Nice.
So that was, I would always get a stick because of buying toys and then breaking them. So I would have broken every tape recorder in the house. I've also opened the fan once, saying motor bada milega uske andar, and that eventually found out, and I got a lot of stick for that. Done all those crazy little naughty guy things. Build underwater robots. We used to build big ships. I still have pictures, which we would run it on ponds, wireless ships. Amazing.
So you were doing all of this back in the time in Orissa, and you were building things right from the very, to say, beginning of your career as such. Tell me a little bit about the fact that, like you said, you were not really into academics and you couldn't care less, if I was to put it that way. But what I want to understand is that when you were growing up and you saw folks around you maybe performing better than you in terms of grades or just doing certain things, deciding on what they want to do with respect to their career, did you always have a thought process with respect to what you wanted to do in life, or did that keep changing and you just went with the flow?
Yeah, because of this robotics background, right? Everybody decided that this guy is going to become an engineer. Okay. ऐसे नहीं कि they were like, क्या करेगा? They were decided by default because relatives would come at home. I would be sitting in a room with wires, welding machine and whatnot. and people were like, this guy is a mad geek. My father would be like, uska score 30% aaya hai. And my relatives would be like, देखो कुछ तो बना रहा है. Right. So everybody touted me to become an engineer, and I would always dream to become a mechatronics engineer. Because robots were what excited me. But 9th and 10th में थोड़ा pivot आया. 9th and 10th I got into computers.
अच्छा.
So again, dad didn't give me enough money to buy a proper machine. So he gave me a budget of 15,000 rupees to buy a full computer.
ठीक है.
And मुझे Pentium 3 जब तब मिलता था, मुझे नहीं चाहिए था, मुझे Pentium 4 भी नहीं चाहिए, dual core चाहिए था. Right? And there is no machine that I can buy out of the shelf.
Yeah.
So I would save up money.
Right.
And I would go to internet shops to learn, download courses from torrents to how to build a computer by buying parts. So I realized this hack that if I can buy parts by myself and assemble
them together,
then I can get the product that I want in the form that I want.
Right.
Right. So I started to learn that over the weekends by paying 15 rupees in the internet cafe, took notes, then bought one part at a time. You know, my dad still gave me 15,000 rupees because that was the budget.
That is the budget.
Right. Took me 1 year to get there, but eventually assembled a kick-ass computer which would cost 30,000 to buy.
Got it.
Out of the shelf. That got me into computers. So I moved away from building robots to moved into computers. Right. But that opened floodgates for me again. So I got excited. I was confused. I want to become an engineer for sure because everybody told you're going to become an engineer.
Right.
I was not sure computers or robotics, and that's when mechatronics came into the picture. Maybe
because there was a good mix,
Mix of both.
Yeah.
But my dad wanted me to become a CA. I don't know why.
CA?
Yeah. I was not that I was good at math either. Right. For some weird reason, after 10th grade, he wanted me to become a CA. Incidentally, I did decently well in my board exams.
Okay.
I got some 74%.
Yeah.
Good for my standards. I just had a niece who got a score of 98% now. ICSE is no more the same now. But then my dad was like, you should do CA. I was like, there is no way I'm doing CA. Right? And then we had a big fight at home, and I was like, my dad was like, you should study here, study in Berhampur. And I was very good because my dad was so strict. He would not let me go play cricket, not let me go meet my friends. He would say, study. I didn't want more torture. Right? So I said, there is no way I'm studying at home. If you ask me to open a pan shop, I'll open, but I'll not study in Berhampur.
Got it.
I convinced him to push me out. Okay. I went and studied in Hyderabad. Story for some other day. Why I studied in Hyderabad.
Okay.
I did my 12th there, and I said I'm only going to study science.
Okay.
Not commerce.
Not commerce.
So from there, the direction took off, and I took up engineering from there. Obviously, wasn't bright a student to crack an IIT or a. In fact, my aspiration was to crack VIT.
VIT. I'm from VIT.
That also I didn't crack.
I'm from VIT.
I actually wrote VIT C, right?
It was VIT triple E.
VIT triple E.
Yeah.
I actually wrote VIT triple E. I made it to the selection, but I didn't get computer science or something.
अच्छा branch.
Random branch मिला मुझे. अरे नहीं चाहिए. Computers ही करना है मुझे. वो तो पक्का था. But yeah,
you did computer science engineering.
Eventually, I joined the college in Visakhapatnam. Okay. Doing computer science engineering because they didn't have mechatronics. And by then, I was back of my mind. In my 12th, I went into one more zone of थोड़ा सा computers में. So I was like, software अच्छा है, यही करते हैं.
Great, nice, very interesting story. But I think what I am taking back from everything that you've shared is the fact that, I mean, you had so much clarity in a way, so to say, that you knew that you will probably, I mean, not do well in terms of subjects or grades, but you continued building things because that interested you. You didn't even know where that was going. I don't think it was giving you any kind of anything.
Why would you care in 10th standard on what?
Exactly. Yeah. But the fact that, don't you think, I don't know if you think about it this way, but you were just building things from the scratch from then. Yeah. And building a startup is very similar to that, so to say. It's obviously more difficult. The challenges are very different, but I can draw an analogy there. Let me now move on to understanding this from you, Vaibhav, that when obviously things progressed, you moved on, you did computer science engineering from a college in Visakhapatnam. As you mentioned, how were your years in college different from how life in school was? Because now you didn't have your father, so to say, you know, telling you what to do. You were out of a cage again, so to say. You had your own freedom. You could do what you wanted to. Do you think that again shaped you into a very different individual and gave you room to introspect on things?
So something very interesting happened in 12th.
Okay.
So the reason why I went to Hyderabad, you need to know the context.
Sure.
for people in Orissa, they usually go to Vishakhapatnam, which is only 200 kilometers away from Berhampur.
Okay.
Right? That's the nearest airport as well.
Right.
Right? That's where they go and study. And Vishakhapatnam is like like 12th hub. You must have heard of Chaitanya, Narayana. It all comes from Andhra.
Correct.
Right? Andhra and Telangana.
Yeah.
So usually people go there.
Yeah.
But the reason I was sent to Hyderabad was because my cousin brother's wife, who in Telugu we called Odina or Bhabi,
Okay.
right, was a principal of a college.
Okay.
Of a 12th, 11th and 12th college. It was called Sri Triveni. It was no fancy Chaitanya or Narayana. That college was created with a very good vision of helping people who don't come from great backgrounds and give them very high quality education. So it was a very inexpensive college, good teachers, but very inexpensive. While Chaitanya and Narayana would cost you $1 lakh per year or upwards, then this college would cost you 25,000, including residential, hostel and all.
Okay.
Good vision, but obviously when you take 25,000, you're not going to get a fancy school, fancy infra.
Infra, yeah, obviously.
Right?
Yeah.
And your audience that you have, I come from a ICSE convent school, I can speak English. I mean, you get my point, right?
I get it.
But the audience that they were there,
The background
of people who I was studying with could barely speak English.
Right.
They were very good with education.
Correct.
Not questioning
that,
They studied in Telugu medium and all. Right? But what happened in 10th is that I never got the opportunities that I wanted to. Like I wanted to do anchoring in college, school. Right? They were like to पहले class में pass हो जाए उसके बाद anchoring करेगा. There are few things in a convent. If you come from a convent, you would know are reserved for the top students.
Correct.
You can do dance, you can do singing, you can do all that, but anchoring नहीं करेगा. I was very fascinated with all of this, and I wanted to do it. Never got the opportunity, but I got a lot of opportunities here because they saw me like a alien. Oh, dude, this guy mean, speaks English and can dance and whatnot, and can charm the teachers and whatnot. I was like, I was a weirdo in school, right?
Yeah.
So that gave me actually a lot of confidence in my 12th that I'm not some random Joe, not just with extracurricular but also with education.
Right.
And ICSE really helped me to do well in education as well. Once you go through an ICSE experience back in the day, education is a cakewalk.
Cakewalk, yeah.
Right? I would be scoring 90% and whatnot, like without even thinking about studying. So that really built a lot of confidence in me.
Right.
While there were amazing people, I made great friends.
Yeah.
But the fact that getting that opportunity in that college gave me a lot of confidence.
Got it.
Which in turn helped me in my engineering and I think even today. Right? So that is what differentiates my experience of a regular person to me going through my college. So when I got into engineering, though I come from a very regular education background and all, I am a very high octane individual because I'm extremely confident. I am of the confidence that I can do anything.
Yeah.
Because that confidence I came from. While again, Geetam, the college that I studied in, is again like a VIT.
Geetam University.
Yeah, I studied in Geetam University. So it's a VIT.
Yeah, it's like it's a good.
Maybe -1 of VIT.
It's a good college, yeah.
Right. It was not easy to get in there either.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So there, I went in with confidence and that really helped me. So, but aspiration to tha.
Right.
Middle class father, upper middle class father. Again, going back, Geetam is like a expensive college, like VIT.
It is,
like
yeah.
VIT.
It is, yeah.
Of course, I was put into 100% loan, including my laptop, right? But every time I would ask my father, Dad, like, 1,500 rupees of pocket money per month is not enough. Can you please take it to 2,500 rupees? He would say no. I've heard enough no's. I would get pissed off, and then I was like, screw this. I have to make money by myself, right? So, first year of engineering, I started my first startup.
Got it.
So in engineering year 1, I did robotics, won competitions in IIT, won competition inside of college. I did dance. I won the best dancer of the year award in college. I did anchoring. I did everything possible in the first 8 months.
Got it.
सबसे खुशी भर गई. Like हो गया.
अब क्या करेंगे?
Then from there I was like, पैसे बनाना है.
Right.
A few other instances happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's build something.
The motivation was to make money though.
Yes.
Obviously back then.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Motivation was to make money, and yeah, I always have to be building something. Like I cannot stay idle. For example, in my 12th when I was
going
in
back to what you were doing early on.
Always teaching, always building something. In 12th also, the way I made, same condition was there in 12th also.
Achha.
The way I made pocket money was by teaching moms how to use computers in Dilshuk Nagar in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Like,
You
again,
taught moms how to. Okay.
that was very incidental though.
Again, the teacher, instructor, mentor, whatever in you also goes back to those days, right? I think you were always teaching then.
Yeah, always teaching.
Always teaching.
Right. So in engineering, I got into something called as discovering Android, where I had bought an Android phone with the money that I'd saved
Right.
from my 12th that I made by teaching moms.
Got it.
It was 15,000 rupees, super fancy Galaxy Ace, right?
Okay.
Android phone. Android was very, very new.
Knew
back
that,
in the day.
yeah.
And me being a hacker, I was always figuring out a way to break it. Not like literally break it this time,
Yeah,
but
but-
software.
yeah, the
and,
core.
all of that. So every learning that I had, I made this website, blog, you can say it,
Okay.
which was teaching people how to exploit Android.
How to exploit Android.
So I was getting into the world of ethical hacking
Okay.
without me knowing it.
Okay.
Right? I got into it, converted that into a blog.
This is all while you were in college.
I was in final year of
Engineering.
I didn't even have a laptop by then.
Acha.
So I learned how to make a website, built a website, put all the content inside. Now internet was accessible.
Yeah.
Because internet was free in college. I
Right.
had a phone.
Yeah.
And once my roommates would sleep, Vineet, who's one of my very dear friend, he had a laptop from first year of engineering. So once he would sleep, I would use his computer to build. Right? वैसे we launched Discovering Android in 2011. Went live, learnt SEO and all that stuff. That got a lot of traffic.
Got it.
Made almost $3,000
$3,000.
via AdSense.
Okay.
And we were also teaching people how to hack Android on Skype
Wow.
for $100 per session, one-on-one.
Okay.
Right? And these are all international people.
Yeah, I'm
we
sure.
had banner ads.
Yeah.
And one fine day, I think 4 or 5 months later, we were clocking 1 million users per month. I mean, it was such a niche.
Wow.
Everybody wanted to know how to get apps for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Why
had
not?
exploits for everything.
Yeah.
Right? And we were just curating the information. My experiments were translated, whatnot. All that jazz was happening. And one fine day, we wake up with Google banning our AdSense account,
Okay.
banning our domain name, saying you cannot be teaching people how to hack Android. We own Android. So you screwed $2,500 in the AdSense account, gone to wind. वो खत्म हो गया. But all these learnings led me to start something called as Crazy Heads
Right.
in my second year of engineering.
Okay.
So I learned digital marketing, SEO, thought about Facebook ads back in the day.
This was all self-taught. All self-taught.
How to build a website. I basically back in 10th I had one more passion of learning Photoshop also, so I knew a little bit of design.
Right.
I would download pirated Lynda tutorials. I don't know if people even know what lynda.com. Today it's called LinkedIn Learning. Today it's called LinkedIn Learning.
Was the LinkedIn Learning courses? Yeah.
So I would buy pirated DVDs and learn Photoshop as well.
Yeah.
So I would put all these things into use.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of my friends' father asked me, "Hey, you built a website, no? Can you build a website for my company?" I was like, "Sure, 15,000 rupees." I was like, "Okay, done." I was like, "Okay, people pay for me to build websites. Sounds good."
Amazing.
And that is how Crazy Head started.
And you did ask for the money, even though it was your friend's father.
If you're good at something, don't do it.
Don't do it for free.
Absolutely.
I like that. That's good. But I think a lot of people hesitate with doing that early on in their career. If I may be wrong, but I think to have that kind of confidence to ask, because people are like, it's the first time I'm just experimenting, maybe free ke liye kar lete hain.
No, I mean, here I could ask money, but I'll tell you the real story of
Yeah.
building Crazy Head. So 1 year, almost 7-8 months, I would have made at least 20-25 websites for free.
You did?
Yes.
So you did.
Because we wanted to build a portfolio.
Right,
and we didn't
exactly.
have a portfolio.
Yeah.
There were 2 options to go about it. Either I make imaginary websites, or I make legit websites.
Like mock websites, or you do it for people in real.
Legit websites.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me make legit websites. I would make the website and say, if you like it, pay it. But you have to use it. If you don't use it, you have to definitely pay me. Right? So people would use it and they're hosted. All our local businesses, I would call up Just Dial, pick up Just Dial, call up all the businesses, and I'll say, I'll make a website for you for free, just pay for the hosting, which is some 800 rupees. Domain and hosting, shared hosting. And they'll be like, okay, 800 में बनाएगा पक्का? Like, yes, बनाऊंगा. 2 website दिखाऊंगा. They'll be like, okay, fine. I would go to their store, take that 1,000 rupees or 800 rupees after building the website and taking it live. And that's how I built my portfolio actually. Right? And that portfolio helped us. But that word of mouth also.
Yeah, because of the network
people would
and
be
chain
like,
effect. it
who
would
made your
have had.
website? It's very
Exactly,
cool.
yeah.
Right? And they'll be like, oh, there is this company that made it. But I would tell everybody, don't tell them I made it for free for you.
Exactly.
That's the
obviously.
deal.
Yeah.
Right? So they would not. The few people were nice. Few people were like, मेरा भाई का भी ये बना दे free में. मतलब हो गया, free का धंधा खत्म हो चुका है.
Yeah.
Right? But then we were able to significantly scale it. I think we did 2-3 crores in revenue in the next 3 years.
2-3 crores in revenue. What was Crazy Heads all about? Can
So
you tell
it had
us? a
two
little
verticals
bit more?
here. One was again education. Education was always
Was
been
always there.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I told
no
you.
wonder
right,
you loved it so much.
I told you I got into ethical hacking.
Yeah.
I actually got into serious ethical hacking. Right.
So what? Like you were good at it?
I was decent at it.
You were decent.
I was a certified ethical hacker in a year. Got into it.
Yeah.
And I started to teach ethical hacking because colleges started to invite me.
Yeah.
So I've done paid workshops in, I don't know, I don't even know the count.
Yeah.
I've done it in IITs, I've done it in VIT,
Oh.
in your big auditorium,
Auditorium,
big shed.
Anna Auditorium.
Big shed, I don't remember the name.
Anna
Some 350 kids were
Yes,
sitting.
yes.
Right, I did that.
Yeah.
And I would charge 1,500 rupees for 2 days of workshop. Right, offline and I've done, I think offline भी बहुत कुछ किया है.
Nice.
On workshops. That was a vertical for 1 year.
This was all integrated to Crazy Heads.
We called it Crazy Heads Workshop and then we said crazyheads.co.
Acha. Okay.
Two different line of businesses.
हाँ.
Workshop because आता है करो पैसे तो बनाना है. Right?
But you did believe in the power and the impact education had or teaching a skill to somebody had and then obviously charging money for it because you knew that you were good at something.
Yeah.
So to say a skill set.
No, I see it's also like an arbitrage, right?
It is.
Skill arbitrage.
Yeah.
In terms of how many people can teach you ethical hacking?
Actually, yeah.
Very few people.
Even today.
I mean, today
it's
cyber
still-
security and all have become much
it's still
bigger.
a larger niche, yeah.
Back in the day, like ethical hacking, like कौन
कौन पढ़ा रहा है?
कहाँ से आगे
हाँ,
पढ़ाएगा?
right.
Right. And I've been geeking out into dark web, learning things, doing exploits. I mean, I would like when I geek out, I go really freaking deep into it.
Right.
Right. I would not sleep.
Yeah.
That is the kind of guy I am.
But that gave you that first mover advantage then obviously in this
Sure.
space.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
and then there were a few seniors who were also into it, so they helped me. And obviously, the network opens up automatically if you're a builder and a doer.
Right.
Right? It's
Yeah.
function of time.
Correct.
So those learnings translated into workshops, and once you do 2-3 workshops, automatically you'll get referrals.
Yeah. There's no
Saying
going
that,
back then.
विज्ञान में किया तो हमारे कॉलेज में CBIT में करो, इसमें करो, उसमें करो, and we kept inviting, we kept doing. Did that for a year when the website business was free.
Acha. Still the website business is free and you're doing this on
Free.
parallel.
This is how you're making money in the parallel.
ठीक है.
Right? यहाँ भी बहुत कटवट जाता है. Eventually you'll get 200 rupees.
इसके थ्रू 2-3 करोड़ कैसे बने?
Workshops से नहीं, website से.
वेबसाइट से बने.
Workshop is very small, maybe 10 lakhs, 15
हाँ.
lakhs or whatever.
Okay.
Right? But that only ran for like till end of second year. Then I stopped doing it because
Okay.
I was like, now a lot of good people are there.
हाँ.
They can do it. I'm not the best at it. And on top of that, boss, this is not the core business anyways. Right? I was doing it to run the show.
Right.
And we did that, moved on. And by then, the business of media, which is building websites, branding, digital marketing, started to pick up.
Pick up, yeah.
Right? So obviously, right, you move into this. Second year of engineering khatam ho gaya. Third year of engineering started. Then that is when the business started to kick off steam.
Right.
My fourth year of engineering, I had an office. Yeah, and we raised like 20 lakhs of
You
funding.
raised money for Crazy
Yeah,
Heads
there
also.
was. We don't know what funding is. One client, we did the website and branding and everything for them. Like, this is amazing. Can I invest? I was like, okay. With that money, we made like a fancy office by spending about 8 lakhs.
Right.
Right, and I was like, क्या कर दिया भाई?
कहाँ बनाया है ऑफिस?
विशाखापट्टनम.
विशाखापट्टनम.
I was fourth year of engineering. Kid, प्रोजेक्टर चाहिए ऑफिस में, टेबल टेनिस बोर्ड चाहिए ऑफिस में, कस्टम आर्किटेक्चर चाहिए ऑफिस में.
Did you feel like you had arrived at that time?
I don't know what
Genuinely.
I don't know what arrived
Not what
is.
arrived is, but did you feel like, okay, you've accomplished something?
No,
So to say,
actually no.
You did?
I was hustling.
Yeah.
Without taking a step back, saying what have I done?
So
There was
it didn't mean anything as
it's
such.
like I was just hustling.
Okay,
I was doing it as long as it was fun.
got it.
Right? So करते गए. We had international clients.
Yeah.
That is what gave us the
Yeah.
big dollars.
Yeah.
$15,000 projects. Fourth year of engineering and
Yeah.
like 3-4 member team.
Right.
Everything was driven via freelancer.com and upwork.com and classic project management with me doing designing and UX a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, and we had a few folks who were doing branding and all that. Visually, we were very good for the time.
Got it.
Right, and now those guys, one of the guys working as a senior product designer at Cred. Like people are doing great things right now who are all teammates who are doing everything for pizza. Right? There were no salaries.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, that was Crazy Heads, good old days.
Amazing.
4 years of engineering hustle.
Yeah.
So my college, to summarize, was a lot of work.
Because you were constantly at it and doing
always-
something or
always
the other.
doing something or the other.
Always. The fact that, I mean, you were able to tap into an industry at that time, which was, like you said, how many people even knew of somebody teaching cybersecurity or ethical hacking, or how many people were able to design good websites for businesses because indirectly it is making money for them.
Yeah.
And then you used it to your leverage in a way to be able to scale, get international clients, and then obviously also get people to invest in the company.
So funnily enough, right?
Yeah.
I still meet people
Okay.
who say, Vaibhav, I know you from Crazy Heads days because you designed our logo.
Are you
You
serious?
designed our website. We bought this service from you, that service from you, even
From
to date.
back- okay.
Yes, even to date.
Okay.
Right? And there are few companies which have done really well for them. For example, Tungsten got acquired by Zomato.
Yeah.
Right? There was Zeta.
Zeta I've heard of, yeah.
Zeta, which we did a ton of work for, is right now a $1 billion
company. Yeah.
A lot of such examples.
Yeah.
So those founders, I'm still connected with. Knowledge Hut, which got acquired by Upgrade.
Right,
we made their
right.
logo and everything back in the day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I think, I mean, like I said, very interesting to see that so many of the companies, like you said, that you created, let's say, just logos or websites.
I didn't
for
create.
them.
I
Your
didn't
team.
create. My
You and
team
your
did. Yes.
Created it, but I mean, you obviously didn't think of how it would come back in full circle, right? Today, and wherein you would meet these founders telling you that you actually did this for us back then. Let's move into understanding, Vaibhav, when you were doing all of this, and I think you've always been this geeky person which you've been describing, and you go into the depths of things when you're really interested by them. I just want to understand in this entire fiasco and picture of ethical hacking and mechatronics to, you know, building websites to everything that you can think of and then starting up. How did LinkedIn even come to your head? How was LinkedIn a thought? I mean, I still think of it that somebody was building so much and you were in this constant hustle. How come this platform just came to your mind with respect to exploring it, knowing more about it, or just going into the depths of understanding what this platform could do in terms of its potential?
Yeah. So if you go back to my Facebook when I was in 10th grade, 11th and 12th grade, you would see me writing the exact way that I write today.
The same way?
On my Facebook, yes.
Okay.
Right? You would actually find things inside of it.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I've not grown up with my writing skills per se, right? But I always had this urge to put my thoughts. Not that I was a great writer, and back in the day, Grammarly didn't exist either, which saves my life today. And of course, the team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I always used to write.
Yeah.
Right? Just my thoughts, what I felt. Personal ho sakta hai, work ho sakta hai. It could be about cricket. It could be about a game.
Yeah.
Whatever is coming in my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you'll not find content about startups and all that.
Right.
But you would find about things that I'm enjoying at that point of time.
Where were you writing these things?
Facebook.
On Facebook.
Because that used to be the platform. then.
At that time, correct. Yeah.
And then Facebook started to die down.
Yeah.
So I used to get like 1,000 likes on Facebook when I was in college.
1,000 likes.
Yeah. 500 likes, 600 likes on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously those numbers are important to get you motivated.
For sure. Yeah.
And you know, Facebook went on a down spiral, and then Instagram came up.
Right.
And I was like, nope, no images, not my thing. So I went on like a complete stop for a longest time. I used to work at Uber, and I had this sheer urge of writing. Like there was this Snapdeal thing, something acquisition or something happened, right? I had this sheer urge of writing about it. Now my thought process has changed from cricket matches to startups, and the mindset has changed. But I wanted to write.
Right.
So where the hell do I write? Facebook is dead cow. Instagram though, back in the day you didn't even have stories.
Nahi,
you just upload images.
Correct.
So and carousel में उतना दिमाग नहीं था.
हाँ.
Right, so I just opened LinkedIn. My first post was looking for an internship. The next post was this. I mean, long later, like.
So it was not somebody else navigating you or taking you to LinkedIn. It was you who just decided.
I had a LinkedIn profile when I was looking for intern. My uncle told me you should have a LinkedIn profile, which will help you to crack an internship. I was like, okay, karte hain. We did. I had made.
You have a lot to thank your uncle for. Don't you think so?
So I was like, I made a resume. I don't know if it's my uncle who helped me with updating information. I think I did have a LinkedIn. I mean, social savvy to the. Right, so he said you should update your LinkedIn at least in the right way. So I did update based on what I understand. One fine day I just opened LinkedIn because then to Uber I was working at it. So people knew that I was working at Uber and that was updated.
Right.
But it was not considered as a platform for you to consume content. Nobody used to create content on LinkedIn when I started.
Yeah.
It was not a platform for you to write.
Which year was this?
16?
Yeah. Pretty early.
90% of posts will be hiring.
Just hiring.
Or looking
talent.
for job.
Correct.
That's your social feed.
Correct.
Right? Content doesn't exist on LinkedIn.
Got it.
Right? Very few people used to post content like Variku used to post.
Yeah, at that time
nobody used to care.
Yeah, nobody cared.
But I was like, chalo, theek hai, thoughts aa raha hai, dal de. Dala got some 10-15 likes and 1,000 people saw it. I was like, dopamine hit. The hell. 1,000 people saw it. Reminds me of good Facebook day. I was like, okay, this seems interesting. So let's build it, and I started to write content. And then suddenly one fine day, I said, I'm getting bored. Let me do tool of the day. Right?
Yeah.
Because I was into geeking into tools and all that back in the day.
Yeah.
I would start making videos on tool of the day.
But you were not into videos and images.
I did start shooting videos then.
Okay.
And these are like screen recording, software kuch download kiya, and
you are like the OG Loom guy anyways.
Yeah.
Always
This
on
is pre-Loom. This is pre-Loom.
Pre-Loom. Okay.
Loom also didn't exist then. Right? So there was this software that you have to install to shoot.
Acha.
Right? Okay. But yeah, kuch to jugaad karke we were shooting content and thoda bahut. Zyada nahi, videos, and that was getting traction because nobody else was posting. Then I was like, this is interesting, I need to hack this platform to get the highest amount of views. Because it is possible. That is how I got into the
depth of it and kind of
rabbit hole. Rabbit hole of LinkedIn.
Then you went.
Then I went. And
Very
dhire it scaled like 60-70k followers. That is when it became sizable. And
right. So, but when you were doing this and when you went into the rabbit hole and you started kind of, so to say, dissecting the algorithm or the platform and understanding how things function, back then versus now, if I'm not asking you for a comparison analysis or a competitive analysis or whatever, it's the same platform, how do you think has the platform changed as from a user standpoint? You still post very actively on LinkedIn, obviously.
बहुत कम हो गया.
थोड़ा कम हो गया है अभी. But what were the differences back then versus now?
On a experience standpoint or content standpoint?
Both.
Yeah, LinkedIn has adopted and tried to be a content first platform.
It has.
Right. And that evolution has happened over the course of time. And I think the LinkedIn workshop that we run has become, it was right time, right place, I would say.
Yeah.
Because today when I scroll through LinkedIn, 30% of people I can guess are LinkedIn workshop takers. We have done 2.5 lakh people. So on a content level, back in the day, the content didn't exist.
Right.
Today, it is, how do I put it? The demand supply game has flipped. There are too many creators.
Yeah.
As a result, it has become harder.
Correct.
Like any other social network.
Yeah.
Right. But obviously, it is still, I believe, to be the most powerful platform. Twitter will come close to it.
Yeah.
But again, Twitter hits a very different persona, much more niche.
Yeah.
But LinkedIn, I still think, is leaps and bounds ahead in terms of just power for anybody. And on a user level, the way I do it is I just consume how much ever I can. I'm not very active user of any social network for that matter today. Right? I restrict everything to 5 minutes per day.
Got it.
But I think platform has evolved. They have tried to do a lot of things like stories and all of that.
They got that down also.
It didn't work. And they've got that down right now. But I think it has become like any other platform to create content on. But still the audience power
Don't
still
you
lies.
feel that the way the platform has evolved, in certain senses, has made people, unfortunately, to not adapt to it in the most positive sense? Because I hear most people only saying that LinkedIn is the new Facebook now, people are sharing sob stories there, or every other person has their dog dying or something happening. I don't want to get into the loopholes and the entire story there. But Vaibhav, what I want to understand is, don't you think that there's too much clutter on the platform? And then today, like you said, it's become more difficult to kind of stand out like any other social media platform. But then who are the folks, if I ask you, whose content would you consume on LinkedIn today? If you were to.
Here's the thing, right? The platform rewards people who bring in retention to the platform.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a direct correlation.
Correct.
Whatever gets people to stay longer on the platform will get boosted by the platform. That content will get boosted by the platform. So, sadly, this is the kind of content that people are engaging on.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think it has anything to do with LinkedIn per se. It has everything to do with people who are creating content on LinkedIn and the kind of content they're consuming. For example, if I see a sob story or if I see anything like that, I don't give it attention at all. A lot of times I'll say, don't show this person again to me on my profile. Right? That is directionally me designing my feed.
Right.
Everybody's feeds are different.
Right.
You will not see all this nonsense on my feed anymore. I will see good content, like a lot of Justin Welch, who creates good content on LinkedIn. Right, Sahil Bloom. That's how I got to know about him, and that's how we are connected.
Right.
Varik, who creates good content on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You create good content on LinkedIn. I feel very proud that a lot of good learners of GrowthSchool, before it was called GrowthSchool, like Vedika is doing so well.
Yeah, Vedika
is
doing really well. Yeah.
Because so many people, and every time I see a workshop learner that I can identify, I would always like and comment, and I try to do everything possible for them.
Yeah.
But there's some good sources of content.
Yeah.
Very hard to pin to profiles right now. But what I'm trying to say is you can design your feed.
Got it.
And I try to do that.
Understood.
But I'm a very, very low consumer on any
You don't
social.
actively consume content is what I understand.
Not
anymore. Got
Here
it.
we are at 9 p.m. shooting this piece of content, and I came to the office at 10, so you would know my life.
I mean, you're constantly at it. Like you said, you're always building something, so can't blame you there. But yeah, I think very interesting. I think your viewpoint on the fact that the platform per se, in terms of its experience in a way or the other, back then you said like content didn't even exist. Today, obviously, it's flooded and there are too many people kind of supplying content, but maybe the demand isn't that much. From a content standpoint, and when you started these LinkedIn workshops, Vaibhav, and obviously I attended one of the batches, early on batches as well. Again, I want to understand, I know you always knew that you could teach. You were very comfortable with it, I think, by that point, considering you were teaching mothers how to use computers back
Teaching
in the day.
in front of camera is very different though.
I know
that
it's
was
different.
New.
It was very new, but how did you even get the idea? So I'm sure you hit like a 60-70K mark, which is pretty decent, sizable audience. Maybe you got the idea that let's teach this to people because I've kind of cracked it, I understand it, let's help other people do this. This workshop model during the pandemic, do you think, again, like you said, it was the right timing, right place, but acquiring those users, those learners to come in, right, and batch on batch on batch, how did you scale that entire thing up? Because, I will be very honest, for a bit I was like, how is this guy getting 500 people in every workshop every time? And
3,000 people,
whatever,
5,000
sometimes
people.
3,000, 5,000 people, and your ads would pop up, and I'm like, who is he? And then I would be like, if so many people are showing trust and faith in him, let me just try this, okay? So what I'm trying to understand is how did you consistently crack the code back then? Because I think you started pretty early on. I know it was the pandemic and so to say people wanted to do courses and they were all online. But again, tapping into that kind of an audience consistently, how did you crack that piece?
I'll ask you a question.
Sure.
You did the workshop.
I did.
Did you like it?
I did.
Did you talk about it to your friends?
I did.
This was 50% of it. I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Got it.
Right? Again, long story. Pandemic, bored to the core. A lot of people don't know this.
You were still working at Uber back then?
Klook.
At Klook.
A lot of people don't know this.
Huh.
That I already was running a LinkedIn program, but it was not for Indians. I used to sell a program for $1,500 on how to growth hack LinkedIn.
For the audience abroad?
Yeah, only for the international audience. I was not selling it to India at all.
Okay.
Right, and I was only getting people to buy from my LinkedIn.
Was this recorded?
It was all recorded content. And also LinkedIn was not my first course. When I was at Uber, I was in Mexico, I was getting bored. I made a LinkedIn post. saying a few people. By then I had Instagram में 18,000 followers something.
Instagram पे तब 18,000 थे?
था, तब था.
अच्छा.
15,000 18,000 कुछ तो था ऐसा. And a lot of people started to ask कैसे बना. I was like, randomly I made a post. I used to create content, so I made a post saying, would anybody be interested to learn Instagram? And I was in Mexico, right, for Uber. Bunch of people said yes.
Okay.
200, 300 comments came saying yes. I was like, I will charge $50 for it, but you have to pre-book your seat by paying $5. How many of you are interested now? I had some 80 or 90 people pay $5 to pre-book their seat before even the course was released. Right? I did a nice little funnel and all. It was not so simple. But that is also excitement for me that I'm building something.
For sure, yeah.
Right? And there was a rainy month in Mexico. I could not go out. That is when I shoot my first content on Instagram growth hacking.
So you did Instagram growth hacking before LinkedIn?
It was terrible, so I had to shut it down. That's a different story. I never sold a second batch. Not terrible. I think it was ahead of the curve.
It was ahead,
ahead
I
of
was
the
going to
curve
say
because
that,
I was teaching automation and people would come in and were like, भाई ये क्या है?
क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ.
मैंने सोचा कि तू content बनाना सिखाएगा, तू कोड लिखने को बोल रहा है, उधर जाके ये कोड चेंज करने को बोल, तू जरा ब्लू डिजिटल ओशन में जाके इसको होस्ट करने को, ये क्या है? Right, but again, 2-3 लोग refund मांग लिया, हमने दे दिया. But we stopped. I stopped. I was like, खत्म.
Okay.
Right, and when that happened, a lot of people were like, "भाई LinkedIn का कुछ पढ़ाओ."
अच्छा.
Then I started. There are a few international learners who I pre-sold around 10 units of LinkedIn at $300.
Oh.
So for them, I had to create $3,000 is a lot of money, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Insane amount of money for side hustle.
Yeah.
I spent good 1 month building that growth hacking LinkedIn course. So that course was selling. I started to sell like $200, $300, $500, $1,000, $1,500. Right, $2,500 at a point of time. Same course, right? And people were buying it. Great reviews. People loved it.
Got it.
Right. Pandemic ke time mein, I was like getting bored and doing just live, LinkedIn lives, chilling with people and all because it was all lockdown. Then there's a friend of mine who said you should do something for the Indian audience. I was like, Indians don't pay. Right? Indians don't pay. It's not worth the time. He had a big email list. His name is. Have you heard of Digital Deepak?
I have.
Yeah,
I know Digital
Deepak was a friend. He met me in one of the events.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, dude, I have a big, almost 100,000 people on my list. Why don't you do a workshop, webinar for them? जितना भी पैसे बनेगा, अगर पैसे you already have a course.
The guy who says Mojma, no?
No, that is Digital Pratik.
That is Pratik. Digital Deepak also I've heard of.
Kanak Raju.
Kanak Raju. Yeah, the one who specs. Got it. Yeah.
Give credit when it's where it's due.
Where it's due,
So he was the guy. He said, "No, Indian audience pay. What are you saying?"
Acha.
I was like, "Okay, fine. I'm anyways bored. I'll do it for your audience."
Yeah.
So I'll have that experience. So I overnight build something very sketchy in form of a LinkedIn webinar. And anyways, I had the LinkedIn mastery which I had created for the international audience.
Right.
Obviously, $1,500 Indians won't pay.
Yeah.
So I positioned at like 10,000-15,000 rupees something.
Take care.
And I did this session, and all of 1,000 people showed up on that session. Some 500-ish people showed up on that session. I was like, this is wild.
Yeah.
It was free for them.
Yeah.
And like some 10, 15, 20 people bought it. I was like, okay, this is my
Amazing.
seed funding to do the workshop. I will spend all the money. नहीं आया तो खत्म, ठीक है, fine. क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Right.
So I got that 50% share, right? I used that money, and I told my girlfriend, I was like, you know what? Over the weekend, I'm gonna build a landing page and do a workshop.
Okay.
And over the weekend, I did a landing page, shot 2 video ads. One was the prospecting ad saying
if you're looking for
if you want to learn LinkedIn, and one was the retargeting ad. That's it, 2 ads. Put the ad on live at 2 in the morning. Slept, woke up, was hoping 50 people will register over the course of a week. Woke up with some 70-80 people registering. I was gone wild. By then, I didn't have content. I don't know what I'm teaching because I committed 5 days of workshop. Because I thought 5 days होगा तो अच्छा रहेगा, लोग 500 देंगे, 100 रुपए per day, right? 5 days. That was my concept. Now it is ripped and everybody is using 5-day workshop. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Right? That was the idea of the workshop, and the reason why everybody was calling it webinars. If you think back on the day, I called it workshop.
Right.
Because I was used to doing these offline workshops. So I said I will do an online workshop. I used to do 2-day offline workshop and 5-day online workshop.
Got it.
And now again, it's abuse to the core, right?
Used very loosely everywhere.
Abuse to the core. But anyways, that's how we launched, and people came in like mad, and all these people had seen me on LinkedIn. I was like, oh, this guy, I've seen him on LinkedIn. They registered, and first workshop in 2 days sold 250 seats. Like, the hell is happening?
Yeah.
Right? And then I had to hustle up and didn't have products. So ran the first workshop in Facebook group.
So
with
indirectly
Facebook
or
Live.
directly, Vaibhav, back then your distribution, so to say, did not help you get these
I didn't
leads.
leverage the
You didn't
distribution
leverage
at
the
all.
distribution at all. Exactly. I was just going to say that. Because today we have these terms wherein we're talking about creatorpreneurs, we're talking about creators leveraging their distribution channels, so to say, that they've built on social media to build products and obviously sell it
You
to
would
their
not
audiences.
see me promoting my workshop openly in my
I was just
social
gonna
media.
correct. So, but isn't it very interesting again? You had an audience, so to say, that you could use, but you went on to use a very different channel altogether and still were able to get the sales in.
So here's the thing. What I believe is that I don't want to do anything that cannot scale.
Okay.
Right? So my first bet at most of the things that I'm completely in this verse, right? Paul Graham would hate me because Paul Graham says do things that don't scale in the beginning. I do, at least with my thinking, is because I'm a marketer, I know I have distribution of 70,000 people, right? With this, maybe I will be able to sell 2,500 seats, but that's it. You're hitting a ceiling.
There's a cap.
There's a cap.
Correct.
You can slowly grow, which is fine. But as a marketing and a growth person who has worked at Uber and who has seen phenomenal growth, I know that will not excite me. Because I've done that already before. That playbook I've played before.
Correct.
That is a low-hanging fruit for me. I said if I cannot scale it on performance, this cannot be cyclic.
Right.
And I will not be, once I saw 500 people in a session, next session I cannot go in for 50 people.
Correct.
It just doesn't work.
Just doesn't
it's
work,
not
yeah.
about money.
Yeah.
It's just about the pump.
Yeah, I get it.
Right? So that's why I said I will do ads first. Organic se to log aa jayenge.
But I still think it's a very unique take. Most people would still not do that today.
One unfair advantage is that I was a marketer.
Maybe. Could be.
Though I never ran a lot of ads before that, I was a marketer. So I knew how to run ads. I could figure it out.
Figure it out, yeah. And you worked your way around it very well, as we can see. Sure. No, amazing. I think, again, a very interesting takeaway here with respect to the LinkedIn workshop is that you actually started with Instagram hacking workshops. And then you shut them down. And your clients outside of India gave you the idea of probably also doing it for an Indian audience. I mean, Deepak gave you an idea, but you started again with a foreign audience, came to India.
No. First I did that work, did that program for almost 1 year.
Okay.
And then Deepak during pandemic said,
कि
do it
India
for
में
Indian
भी करो.
audience.
Correct, exactly.
Because वेला था मैं कर लिया. वो बात है.
Oh, got it. Very interesting. But I think let's also segue into understanding now, Vaibhav. You've done this. I mean, I don't know how many batches of the LinkedIn workshop have you run now. I don't even want to go into the numbers and understand how many
We
people you have
recently did
impacted.
the 100th batch.
Okay, great, amazing. And how many people have probably taken it up?
Over 2 lakhs.
Amazing, wonderful. So with about 2 lakh people learning LinkedIn from your playbook and the way you have kind of understood the platform to obviously doing more than 100 batches of this. Where did the seed of GrowthSchool come in? Because I know you were building it all the way along in stealth mode. You didn't really make it public and talk about it, so to say. Yeah. But at what stage of running these LinkedIn workshops did your mind move away from sirf LinkedIn nahi karna and let's build something bigger?
So a lot of incidents happened. So at Klook, when pandemic happened, because we were a travel tech company, there was a layoff.
Okay.
And I was laid off.
Oh.
Yes. That Klook was my second job.
What was the reason for the layoff?
COVID.
Just COVID.
Pandemic.
Haan.
Travel is over.
Right.
I worked in 2 jobs in my life. Yeah. In both the companies, I've been laid off. And in both the companies, I was one of the top performers.
Oh, okay.
Right?
See, interesting fact. That is what
like a lot of times you don't control things,
you
but
don't
whatever
control things.
happens for your good.
Yeah, for sure.
I truly believe that. I'm so glad I worked at Klook.
You're so glad you got laid off also.
Yeah, at Uber. Or else I would have never worked with Klook because, I mean, different story. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, okay.
Right? But when the layoff happened at Klook, I mean, I cannot call it layoff because they were like, lay off your team and you move to Singapore. I was like, if I'm laying off my
team. Lay off your team and move to Singapore.
I was heading India and Middle East business.
Okay.
Right? And they were like, you lay off the team. We don't want to let you go because I grew Klook from $5 to $25 million in revenue in 1 year. So they didn't want me to let me go. They were okay to pay my salary.
Got it.
And they were like, once market is back, you can move to Singapore and again build this. I was like, if my team is going, I'm going. And I left. Right? And they were like, okay, it's up to you. When this happened, I was like, I had 2 choices. I could go into a job. I don't think job was a big deal. I could have got it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right? I had that confidence at least that I can get a job.
Yeah.
I had some savings, and I was like, I want to build something. I want to start up, but I don't know what I want to start up. So I'll give myself 1 year to figure it out.
But you were doing these workshops at this.
I was doing a workshop, but it was never a startup. I was just doing time pass.
Take care.
That idea of building something didn't exist.
Got it.
Right? I wanted to do a startup.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that startup is going to be. It definitely was not in the inclination of doing growth school.
Yeah.
Or in anything in education.
Right.
I was also very inclined towards building something in SaaS.
Okay.
I really like SaaS even today.
Right.
Right. And when LinkedIn workshop happened and it scaled like
crazy.
Nothing, like in 5-6 months we did 25,000 people. In pandemic though was crazy. Like we have done 5,000 people workshops.
Yeah.
Right. We've got number 1 trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just madness.
Yeah.
Right. That resulted in me thinking, boss, this is mad rush. Because I had by then taught in a lot of edtech companies. I don't want to name them. Right. I used to guest lecture in them. And I was like, kya pada rahe hain ye log? Like what are they charging lakhs and lakhs? And this is the nonsense they're teaching.
Yeah. Correct.
Right. I was also had become like, what is this nonsense? People are selling degrees for the sake of it. There is no education.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was truly teaching in them.
Yeah.
Right. And on parallel, LinkedIn was blowing up, so I started to talk to users. But randomly, WhatsApp group rehta tha, yaad hai na? I would just drop a message. Hi, this is Vaibhav. The real me. I would take a picture saying, I just wanted 10 minutes of your time to take some feedback. I said, I've done 100 calls. Random people asking, and people who bought mastery also.
Okay.
So
the learners who after the workshop
who upgraded to the premium program. I spoke with them also. I was like, why the hell are you taking my program? I started doing that research and they said everything that is wrong with education. We love learning from people like you. Why? Because you're a practitioner, you are a doer. So we want to become like you. So we want to learn from you. That is the shortest way to get to who you are.
Yeah.
So you want to learn. So I realized people want to learn from people who they want to become.
Yeah.
And colleges are anti of that. In most of the, I don't know about VIT, in our college for sure.
Same.
Our professors.
Yeah, same.
Were students of my college who didn't get a job and now are professors.
Exactly.
What nonsense.
Yeah, उधर से ही PhD करके then they become professors उसी college में.
Because job नहीं मिल रही
है.
Right?
Yeah.
Curriculums are so outdated.
Exactly.
They love the fact. When I launched LinkedIn workshops, so many people were teaching LinkedIn. Nobody were able to sell. The other reason why it scaled, my workshop, like I told you, you must have told to your friends. Because it was a brag-worthy thing to do back in the day.
For sure.
That got a lot of people into it. As a result, I built a funnel which was not easily replicable.
Correct.
The value that you provide actually compounds.
Compounds, yeah.
Right? And this was happening here. And people said, boss, we love the structure. We love the fact that you're giving us assignments and you're like, गाली दे रहे हो अगर नहीं कर रहे हैं तो 500 रुपए में वो भी. And we love the fact that we can meet each other on LinkedIn. So I'm building a sense of people around me, which I never got in college. I was like, this is perfect way of how education should be. So उससे फटाफट जब ये हुआ, I had a domain on my account called as GrowthSchool.
Why GrowthSchool? नाम पहले से ऐसे ही डाला था.
पहले से सोचा था कुछ बनाएंगे Uber में जब था.
You had just purchased it.
I had bought a bunch of domains.
Okay.
GrowthSchool, the reason why I bought it is because I wanted to build some marketing courses. 5-6 डालेंगे तो.
And you were always into growth, hacking and growth, so to say.
Domain अच्छा लगा खरीद लिया.
Got it.
I had a lot of domains like that.
Yeah.
Right, randomly. कितना $9, big deal. Buy and keep.
Yeah.
I had this domain. So I put that domain. I called up a few of my friends. Deepan करके बंदा था, was a good friend. He's a performance marketer. Performance marketing workshop करेगा? I was like, हाँ. Jobless. Jobless in the pandemic. Everybody's villa. Love it. We'll teach it. And I knew I've attended a few of his talks. He was a good speaker.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, great. Wanted to launch one more workshop on UX. So just kept knocking doors of my people who I knew. Who I knew were good at teaching.
Yeah. In a particular
thing. I just hit them up saying, I know how to launch it.
But obviously you are the subject matter expert, so to say.
Yeah,
so
I cannot teach UX.
Exactly.
ऐसे ही whatever topics we found, spoke to friends, launched. Raj launched
the public speaking
workshop
Yeah.
because he was a friend.
Yeah.
We were in Mumbai chilling together. I was like, public speaking करेगा?
हाँ.
I was like, हाँ करेंगे. वो भी वेला है. बना दिया है public speaking, right? So we launched a bunch of workshops.
Yeah.
People loved it.
Yeah.
We learned how to teach online really well.
Yeah.
Right? Very differently. How do you get the crux of content at lowest price, get people super excited, right? If they buy the program, which is an upgrade or it doesn't matter, they should be talking about the product everywhere they go. They should show off. How do you build content like that? How do you give them an unfair advantage?
Right.
To attend the workshop, and that scaled. I mean, every workshop that we launched, I mean, of course, we did poetry and other nonsense as well, right? Which we eventually shut it down.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
वही चल रहा था.
हाँ.
So launched a bunch of workshops, and we were like, okay, this is making sense. Had a small team. Uttam was one of them, and they're like all interns, all coming from LinkedIn workshop only.
Yeah.
Right, a bunch of weirdos together, and we built something that became GrowthSchool.
Yeah.
The name stuck because I didn't have the patience to find one more name. We didn't have a logo for the longest time, for 1 year.
Okay.
Because the company was on stealth.
Huh.
I still, for good 9 months,
Yeah.
I still didn't have GrowthSchool on my LinkedIn profile because I
you
didn't
didn't
want
really update
I didn't
it
want my
until-
audience to get biased
Acha.
to buy into GrowthSchool programs because of
you.
me.
Yeah.
If that happens, GrowthSchool can only scale under me.
Under you, yeah.
It has
Makes
to
sense.
go way bigger than me.
Correct.
So that thought process was there. So I never spoke about it. I ran it on stealth. Never spoke about GrowthSchool. Never spoke about any other program except for LinkedIn.
Yeah, I remember.
In fact, for the longest time, LinkedIn was running on Sisinty.com, which
Yes.
was my personal
It was
domain.
not under the GrowthSchool thing also.
So because I didn't want
because you
people to
didn't
know.
want it to be. Yeah.
Right?
No, but very interestingly, I was just going to ask you this. When you typically look at from an entrepreneurial standpoint, like you said, I think every founder or entrepreneur wants the brand or the company to be bigger than them.
Yes.
Right? So to say. Having that thought process, Vaibhav, but when you were already doing so phenomenally well with the LinkedIn workshop, but it's being driven by you and your face.
Yes.
That is the truth. How did you come to this understanding? Because it's very difficult for a lot of people to let go of the fact, I wouldn't say control, that you are running something, it's being driven by you, and now you want to segue and give the control to multiple other people who will run this. How do you replicate that with other people and still scale? Because I'm sure it was a shift, so to say, from moving from Vaibhav Sisinty, the personal brand, to now GrowthSchool, in a way, right? Without having any linkage between the two in the public eye, so to say. So how did you make that shift from letting the identity be separate and still let GrowthSchool grow without you being involved?
Because
as
a
much?
lot of people get it wrong, like you did.
Okay.
You think LinkedIn workshop scaled because of my face. That is not true. Because
How do you say that?
I've done this poll. Did you know, Vaibhav, before you joined the workshop, is a poll that we ran for every single user.
But they saw your ads,
Only
na?
ads तो किसी का भी दिखा सकता हो ना.
Okay.
Was your purchase decision made because you know the person?
Acha, that way.
That is the most important factor.
The answer was?
30% only said yes.
Okay.
The other 70%, and that 30% also included your referrals.
Huh, correct,
Right?
obviously.
Because they got, other 70% was clean prospecting. That is, they didn't know who I was. They just, some 60% I would say, liked the proposition and they came in because there was a real need for it.
Got it.
Everybody wanted to build a personal brand. Everybody wanted to generate leads. Everybody wanted to crack jobs. And those are the aspects that we worked on. And that's what it was optimized for. So, the reality is, it was not my face.
It was
that
not your
selling.
face.
Eventually, it was the trust that was selling because more than 50% of the workshop registrations were coming purely from referrals.
Yeah.
Right? But prospecting wise, it was not the case. So, what actually worked is the playbook of how to bring people in a loss, give them a lot of value.
Yeah.
While we know no matter what you do, not everybody wants a big program.
Yeah.
Very few people want the program.
Correct.
How do you make sure the other 95 people who didn't buy the main program, remember you so that they'll come back to you when they need something from you?
Correct.
While the other 5% of the people pay for the rest of the people.
Right.
And they get incredible value as well.
So you think
The
that playbook is what you
The
cracked?
playbook of generating right ads, writing the right landing pages, designing the right landing pages, giving that right experience for people to be engaged over the course of 5 days by just paying 100 rupees a day.
Yeah.
Right? It is what made GrowthSchool what it is. And that playbook got better and better and better. And this is exactly why most of the people who tried to replicate GrowthSchool have failed. Because they think what works is actually, oh, run ads, bring people on the landing page, copy web. Like, if you look at our landing pages, right? Man, our content team hates it. We still get almost one screenshot every day of people replicating our landing pages left, right, and center. I feel that we built a standard for landing pages in the country. What we built back in the day is still being used. We stopped using it now. Because everybody has copied it. We keep getting confused. Is this our landing page or someone else's? I keep still asking team, is this a program that we launched? Like, no, this is not ours, Vaibhav. Right? So we built those standards.
Got it.
Across the board, ads, landing pages, copy, experience, emails, how to scale it, how to give great experience to people, the growth loops of getting people to talk about the content on LinkedIn and other platforms.
Also the organic, like I was going to say, the way people would write posts about it. You literally engineered it and crafted it in a way wherein there was this chain reaction of people just talking about these workshops, tagging you guys, and that indirectly is just helping in the ripple effect, right? I mean, it's working in your favor.
That also got as a fair share of hate.
It did.
Right? But I was like, can't make everybody happy.
Never can.
Steve Jobs said, if you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream. We are not in the business of selling ice creams.
For sure, you're not. But let me ask you a little bit about the business that you are in, which is the education business, so to say. We've heard so many people say that the education system in India is broken. There are so many things about it that are just not right. When we talk about your experience also in college and school and how you hated what was being taught and it didn't make sense, and the people who were coming and teaching it probably didn't make more sense. And that's what you're trying to solve for, because you get people from the industry who've been there, done that, cracked it, and then they come and teach learners and help them replicate that, right? How do you think when you look at 2 years, 3 years from now, and obviously there are multiple programs that you guys run at GrowthSchool right now, right, across different niches and domains. How do you look at solving this problem to a deeper extent with GrowthSchool going forward? Because I still feel it's broken to a very deep level.
No, I don't think, see, it's a very big problem.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And I don't think one player can solve it.
Okay, so you
right?
believe...
And I don't even know what we are doing is the right solution to it. See, as a person who's really passionate about this problem, I'm trying to solve it in a way that I think is the right thing to do, or we think is the right way to go about it. Right? We don't believe in degrees. We don't believe in certificates, though we still give one because people want it and we can't get away from it. And every time I see someone tagging me on LinkedIn saying, got this certificate, I'm like, why? Because I say it out, boss, this certificate is worthless like any other certificate.
True.
But if you call it a badge of accomplishment, please.
So be it.
So be it.
Yeah.
Right? We don't even promise jobs. A lot of companies do promise jobs. We don't even say we will assist you to get you a job. We don't even say that. We stay away from that as well.
Correct.
But what we believe we enable people in is that, you can give a banana to anyone, to a kid. And they might bite it with the whole cover at it.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Eventually they'll figure out that you have to open it and eat it.
Correct.
But if you open the banana and give it to everyone, they'll eat it now. Next time there's a banana, you again have to peel it.
Correct.
Right? This is the concept that we worked on. Here, agar it's not so hard at some point of time to give people interviews and assist them with jobs. But if you do it, what about the next one? Boss, our truck started from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There is a method to the madness, and anybody can do it.
Yeah.
There is LinkedIn, there is cold emailing, there's a way to write your resumes to track ATS. But more importantly, your profile is better than everybody else because you have proof of work.
Yeah.
Build that and figure out a way to crack the job.
Makes sense.
If you want to crack a job.
Correct.
So that's the approach we took. It's a much harder approach to crack.
Yeah.
But we said we'll take the longer
route. That too
route,
in a country like India.
Where everybody wants to buy a certificate and degree.
Yeah.
Right? And we said we'll take the harder route. If it takes us longer, be it. But what we are building is more future-paced. 2 years back, everybody wanted a degree because they could buy a degree.
Yeah.
Today, slightly less number of people want a degree and more people want programs like us.
Yeah.
So that shift of people has a direct correlation to our growth. Correct. We've been doubling our business every year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The reason is this. Right? More and more people.
And I think it's only going to scale further because of the mindset shift completely. Because I only look at people realizing, if not how worthless the degrees are, but how less of an impact it's going to have in their real life and how long it
zero
lasts.
impact. It has
It's
zero
zero,
impact.
yeah, actually.
But we also believe that today the Growth School audience that we have are very different to regular people. These are people.
In what sense?
These are people who are so self-aware. It is not easy to say no to a program which can give you a fancy certificate, which can put saying that I studied in a IIM or a Wharton or a Stanford. Okay, you're paying 5 times more, but they can afford to pay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And show off on LinkedIn while they know it is not true. Right? You have done some program which you bought through. So easy to do it, but people are taking this route. So these are the set of people who are really self-aware, who realize the importance of learning, who realize the importance of doing, and we can see the results. Like, people are doing phenomenally. The Growth School learners are doing phenomenally. I take no credit. I didn't say LinkedIn workshop helped you, so give me all the credit, because I don't. Because we just taught. You did the hard work. It's the same for all our learners. So when you see a post of a Growth School learner, for the longest time I said no to the team to celebrate jobs.
Okay.
Right? People जो post करेंगे खुद से tag करेंगे तो बढ़िया.
ठीक है.
Now we have at least started to share a little, because it has become important for other people to know this is a process that works too. Right? And that's the approach we have taken. Today we say congratulations. That's it. Right? We don't take credit for the job that you got, because you paid, you studied, you executed, you figured out a way to get a job, and you got a job. So I am only here to congratulate, not take credit for.
Again, but I feel that's a approach that most people wouldn't take, because again, the fact that you've just been able to enable that process in a way, people would want to take credit for the outcome as well. And while we talk about this job
if someone
assistance,
gives credit, we'll be like, thank you.
Thank you.
We tried.
Yeah.
But it's all you.
I get it. No, but talking about Growth School as well, Vaibhav, with the different kind of courses and everything that you're doing now, I want to understand that, like I said, what's the kind of approach you're taking towards picking the kind of courses and domains you want to touch base upon? Because obviously, I'm sure you don't want to cover everything and anything, but how are you very certain about the kind of courses and programs you're launching every time, and this is what we want to stick to?
Yeah, the business model has evolved over time.
Okay.
You're naive. You're always naive yesterday.
Yeah.
It's true for all the time.
Yeah.
Right? So when I look back, our initial plan was we'll launch 1,000 courses on Growth
1,000
School.
courses.
Yeah, that was the plan. 1,000 courses, each course doing almost like $100,000 a year, which is very easy to make. Hopefully, with some 70-80 lakhs, and that's how we'll become a $100 million business in revenue. As a result, we'll become a $1 billion company. That's, you like it. I mean, that goalpost doesn't exist today anymore for me, but that was there back in the day. And now when I think about it, I laugh at myself. Right? I also laugh saying that how the fuck did my investors believe in this story? But they never believed. They believed in me and the idea clearly.
Yeah.
Today we have realized was less is more. Do less programs, as less as possible, and do the best you can in those programs. So at a point of time, we almost had 70-80 programs.
70-80?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, and now we have brought it down to some 15 programs.
That's quite a
we probably will bring it down to 10 programs. Right, but the way I would want to operate, and that's what we believe in, is if there's a program that Growth School operates, that's the gold standard.
Yeah.
That's the gold standard.
Got it.
If someone can build something better than this, good luck. Right? Thanks for giving us competition. We'll try even better. Right? But that's what we are trying to do today. And when we are picking those titles today, there are two things, and I believe very, very fair, very, very frank and fair about this. One is the program that we are operating has enough scale.
Right. For sure.
Right? Two is that, is there enough demand? In terms of outcomes. Right?
Yeah.
If these two boxes get ticked, we do the program. If these two boxes don't
By scaling, you mean in terms of users and learners?
Yes.
Who would want to opt in for the
demand in terms of people wanting to do this program, and also equally number of opportunities out there, so that if they do the program, they can do well in their life.
Correct, obviously.
Right? Yeah. Though we don't directly assist it.
Right.
But there has to be a need for it. Or there are a lot of times, for example like product marketing. You will not find a lot of jobs outside.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of internal transitions that happens into product marketing. It's a very niche program.
Yeah.
But there are a few programs like product marketing that we run, which only we run probably in the world. I don't know. I've not found a second product marketing program even till date.
Yeah.
Right? But we have done 3,000-4,000 learners in it. Right? So almost half of the people who are in a product marketing job recently have taken the product marketing program and they're doing phenomenally well.
Yeah.
Right? So there are some niches that we have picked up like that.
Right.
But ideally we would want to pick up categories where we can truly add value. And the other aspect that we also look at is there enough supply for this? For example, the reason why we stayed away from full stack development, data science and
all the tech
is because there's so many people doing it. What value? And there are people who do it really well.
Yeah.
For example, I think Scalar. It does really well. I know the founders, they're friends, they're also angel investors. That's not why I'm saying they're good. Right? But I would recommend their content to others, courses to others. So will I get into that space? Probably. Not right now.
Not right now.
There are enough places to cover where there's absolutely zero people helping out, or this absolute crap in the market, which really needs, some help in that space. Yeah. So those are the titles we pick up. So we right now operate in marketing growth, design, product, and data.
Okay.
And there are some long tails like LinkedIn and all of that. I purely do it because I don't want to stop it. And neither does the team.
Yeah.
They're like, do it.
You're still doing those workshops, no? I think you should always continue doing it.
They were like, this should never stop.
Yeah,
this is the legacy that we started.
It's the legacy.
I was like, dude, I don't have time. Do it. Now I do it less frequently.
Yeah.
I do it once a month.
Right.
Sorry, once a week.
Once a week.
But the model has changed right now. It has become more scalable. Okay. I have a few co-mentors who take all the Q&As and all because I don't have the time anymore.
Yeah.
But I try to do as much as I can.
Makes sense. So I can say this very safely that you're handpicking the domain, so to say, at least where Growth School wants to touch base and obviously curate programs, because you want to ensure that they're the best ones in.
Yeah. And one other thing that we think about, and this has also evolved over time, is that whatever we build cannot be the best in the country, it has to be the best in the world. Because we are going global.
And we are on a global scale, obviously.
We've already gone global. 30% business comes from US.
Oh, okay.
Right, and we know that's going to scale significantly. So we have to build global first content.
Yeah.
So a lot of our mentors are right now global mentors. You would not see it from outside.
Yeah.
But once you're inside of the program, you would know a lot of those things. Yeah.
Right. Very interesting. I think with that, Vaibhav, today as we sit and speak at the Growth School office, again, I don't know. I'm not going to ask you this in a way wherein I want a philosophical answer or I'm trying to understand what you think about it when you reflect on things. But when you've gone through so much, you've built multiple things, and obviously Growth School is doing what it is doing for itself and has impacted millions of learners. How have things changed in a sense wherein, not from a perspective of being a founder or lifestyle changes, but do you see any significant changes in way life in general just has changed with respect to what you want to do further, or has the motivating factor, what you're trying to build, that mentality, mindset, what are the shifts that you've seen with respect to you evolving as a person over the last few years?
I don't see it changed at all.
No change?
No change at all, actually.
Okay.
I would say I've become much more mission driven now than I was back in the day.
Okay.
I'm less growth driven right now, more mission driven right now, because I've realized that this is a long, journey. But on top of that, personally, my lifestyle has downgraded, not upgraded, because all of a sudden I take a salary now, right? And a salary can do so much.
Yeah.
Right? So cash flow is cut. Before this, I used to do a lot of angel investing. I can't do it anymore because my salary cannot pay for angel investing anymore. Yeah. Obviously, the stage of the company you are, on a lifestyle level, nothing has changed. Actually, it got downgraded.
Got it.
But I was fine with it. I come from a middle class family, doesn't matter. Right? Happy with what we have, content with what we have. I really like being here. Right? You will see me, if you want me to be here 7 days a week, I'll be here 7 days a week for as long as it takes. So on a personal level, nothing has changed. It is very exciting as we move one step at a time. So I keep telling this to the team also. You will see at highest energy for me when I discover something new which I have not discovered in the last 3 years.
Obviously,
right? Very, very minute little things that we discover, some experiment that works, gives me enough energy for the next month, while there's a lot of things that are not working. Right? So that it has become, in a way, a treadmill also, where you're running, but it's the sweat that is good sweat. Right? So, I mean, personally, nothing has changed for me. I think the journey has just started. It's too early to, maybe if you ask me 3-4 years later, I could give you a nice fancier answer. But right now it has been the same. Like, one floor we had, now we have 2 floors. We have a dedicated studio. Now we didn't have a dedicated studio. These are things that have changed.
Nice.
Now I get a meeting room space if I want to. Before we didn't have meeting room space. But, I mean.
But yeah, essentially, overall, it's all the same.
Yeah. There's a lot of advantages that you get, that is, you get to experiment a lot, you get to learn new things. I'm still deep inside, I'm a learner.
At heart, yeah.
Right? Every time there's a ray of hope, you can ask this to the team. I would learn while I give them an assignment to learn as well. And we'll come back on a day to see who learned what. Right? I would do a course on a weekend.
Yeah.
Right? It could be a growth school course, it could be an international course, it doesn't matter. Right? So those things are exciting. Now I get a chance to apply them. Like, boss, this is dream. You're living a dream.
Yeah. Interesting. So, Vaibhav, you've scaled the team to almost 120 plus members right now?
140, I think.
Yeah, okay. 140 plus members currently?
Actually, 165. We just had around 25 people joining today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a team of close to about 165 people. As a founder, and when you were obviously also writing on LinkedIn, and you said most of the posts were about hiring. I think hiring is another thing that everybody in the world struggles with. Struggle is the only word I can use. Being from a corporate background, seeing HRs hire, being on the other side of the table when I'm hiring for my company, also everything. I mean, overall, I've just seen that getting the right talent, and then founders always saying finding the right set of people who are motivated enough, have the right alignment or vision, so to say, or are equally driven to build something together. Why is that a piece that's so difficult to solve for most founders? And I don't know if you've solved for it or you're just getting there, or I don't know. But how do you think, what is the right approach to take as a founder when you're looking to hire people in your team? Might sound like a very basic question, but it's a struggle, yeah.
It is not. It is the question that I ask every founder that I meet as well.
You think it's not a problem?
It is a massive problem. But I think, see, there are 2 parts to it. Again, I would like to make it as vanilla as possible. Right? I've made up my, how to put it, I made my peace with the fact that you're a founder and the people who are employees, and you cannot expect them to everybody to operate like you.
Okay, fair.
Right?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, I would be like, yaar, karo. मैं भी कर रहा हूँ, तुम भी करो. But there's a difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have to make peace with it. There are few people who will inch towards how you operate because they want to be builders tomorrow. Because the other reason why I expect them to be like me was because I was always like this. Not only because GrowthSchool is my company. I worked like this at Uber. I worked like this at Klook.
Yeah.
I worked everywhere like this.
Right. So you just expected people to naturally also
I thought everybody is like me.
Like that.
But I've made peace with the fact that everybody is not like me. Because everybody is not building companies. There's a reason why I am building, very few people are building, others are not. But there are definitely a few people that you'll find who will eventually build in the future.
For sure.
Because you can see flares of them.
Yeah.
So there, you can have that. And that cannot be 100% of the team. If that was the 100% of the tean, then boss, you'll become an OpenAI. Right? I mean, OpenAI is not because not that, but you get the point. Right?
I get it.
You'll become like the top 1% or top 10 companies in the world in the next 15-20 years. Like that's the biggest nut to crack. Right? Because I think ideas are all over the place. It's the people that makes the company. It's not the idea. Idea is just a seed.
Seed, yeah.
Right? Yeah. And we are well beyond the seed. People makes the company what it is.
For sure.
Right? So if I would have cracked that nut, I would be very in a very different zone. I don't think I have. I make a ton of mistakes. I'm evolving as a leader, as a manager of people. Because before this, the biggest team that I've managed is some 10 people. Now you have 160 people and that we are estimating to go to 250 people in the next 12 months.
Right.
I have not gone through this journey before, and I keep telling this to people in a lot of our stand-ups.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm doing this for the first time as well.
Yeah.
I could be making mistakes.
Yeah.
Right. So come and tell me and come and correct me, and sometimes galti hota to maaf kar dena. Right. So that is how it is. But on a culture level and all, now I can give you a very meta answer to this, but the real answer is that figuring it out, trying to get the playbook of this right, but I don't think we are close to getting there. So, not the right person to answer this question. I don't know, but I'm being very.
But is there a core, if not a core skill set, but are there certain values, characteristics, traits that you at least look at, which would be a good fit, so to say, to have?
Yeah, I mean,
if people, when people join.
Other thing that I've made peace with is that you don't get what you see.
I get what you mean.
Right?
Yeah.
When I'm interviewing, I do my best. Right? I want people who are owners.
Yeah.
I don't like mediocrity. Right? I want people who can challenge me. So I hate yes men in the company.
Yeah.
Across the board. You will never see anyone be like, yaar, Vaibhav ko bolunga to kya hoga. At least that is what I would like to believe. Because it could be an intern, it could be a customer success person, it could be a salesperson, it could be everybody has an opinion, and I try to value it as much as I can.
Right.
Of course, if I validated it before, I would tell them what I've learned. But I don't like yes men. So I don't want those yes men either. If somebody doesn't interject something that I'm saying wrong, and I know that person knows it, it's a reject for me right there.
Got it.
Problem solvers are very important. We don't look at, obviously we don't skills degrees, don't care about it at all.
Right.
We want real problem solvers. We want people, I always look for people who are comfortable to be thrown under the bus. Right? Because there are so many problem statements all across the board. There is no job description that fits it.
Yeah.
And you're hiring based on a freaking job description.
Right.
It just doesn't work at the scale that we operate at.
True.
Right? For the kind of business that we operate at, or for the kind of business that I want to be operating at. Because I would not want to do anything that doesn't excite me. Right? And I would want people to work with who are exciting. Exactly. I would like to wake up in the morning and meet these people, work with them. So those are the few aspects that we look at. These are all the softer aspects. Of course, there is like what they have done in the past, how have they solved problems, all that is there. But problem solving, mediocrity is not allowed. We look at a little bit of data. So they can build on top of it, but they do have that knack.
Yeah.
Right? And what kind of ownership can they take?
Right.
Age, all that doesn't matter. Are they doers? Are they builders themselves? I mean, not for every role, but again, the custom filter kind of applies for every other role, but basically these are the things that we want to build.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense, and I also think that I'm glad that most of the things you stated are soft skills, so to say, or just traits and personality on the side of your personality and what you can actually work on.
If you're hiring a software engineer, he needs to know how to write code.
Write code, for sure. That's a given.
Yeah, but the company runs 75% with generalists.
Yeah, I agree. It's
and
not just the specialists.
We cannot just hire a person being a specialist at one. For example, if I take the example of the creative team that you met, they started as interns, writing long form copy, if I'm not wrong, like blogs and stuff. From there, they went on to do a little bit of copywriting. From there, we created something called as creative strategy team. Now, 6 months back, what they were doing to 6 months from now, what they're doing is very, very different, is what I would like to believe. Right? How is there a JD that fits in? Creative strategists we are not able to hire because that role doesn't exist.
Yeah. You come and create that role as in when you keep working on it every single day.
Maybe, like again, right, these answers to these questions will be significantly different.
5
years from now when you are a 5 times bigger company.
I'm sure.
Processes, middle management, all of those things we have to start bring those things in, because we would like to kid ourselves saying we are still in 0 to 1, but we're in 1 to 10. A lot of things have to change.
Yeah, I understand. But Vaibhav, I think I didn't ask you this question, but it makes sense to ask you this right now. As you said, you're in the 1 to 10 game. Did you always know that you would raise funds and not go the bootstrapped way?
No, I didn't. Actually, I never liked raising money. I still don't.
Why?
I'm not a fan of. I always have respected bootstrap founders way more than people who have raised money.
Okay.
I still do.
Okay.
Right.
So that opinion has not changed.
No, that's not changed.
Okay.
And you would see me like going all gaga over people who have bootstrapped, then getting excited to meet like a founder who has raised capital. Because I always think it's a much shorter growth hack with a nice little cushion that you're building. Right. With that being said, we always had the option to do both.
Okay.
Because
So you were open to it.
no, I mean, I chose this of doing this because I thought this is the right thing to do for this business. I'll tell you what I mean by that. When we were very small, very profitable, doing decent revenues, like I think 5-6 crores of revenue, what we were doing as a bootstrap company.
Got it.
That is basically 1-2 crores of profit,
Yeah.
right? Good 1.5 crores of profit, right? When that was happening, I realized, boss, मुझे इतना सारा चीज करना है. I want to do so many things. I can't do it myself, obviously. And these 1-2 crores, even if I invest, it's not enough,
Okay.
right? And I want to get there as fast as possible because I'm a growth person. Like I've come from growth person, ही नहीं. I've come from the background of Uber, where we have grown the business week on week 20%.
Yeah.
Right?
I get it.
Anything less than that is not growth for me.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest challenge that my team faces with me. Because Vaibhav is never happy.
Yeah.
Right, in multiple ways and forms. But that's a reality because I've seen what real growth looks like. Because I've been fortunate to be part of a journey of one of the fastest growing companies in the world.
Yeah.
Right. So we had to take a call saying this is great. You can keep it bootstrapped, slowly grow karo. Maybe in 5-6 years, 7-8 years, you can nicely build like 100 crore revenue business, 15-20 crores of PAT. Very, very comforting.
Comforting, yeah.
Slowly build it, no rush, nothing. But we said, yeah, what we are solving is very cool. I think the faster we scale, the better it is. And also we realized one more thing is that at least in the business that we were operating at, EdTech was freaking hot.
Yeah.
We were like, if a big player notices what we are doing, they will throw 10 times the money that we have, because if we have 2 crores in the bank, they will throw 20 crores.
For sure.
At the problem.
Yeah.
And they will eat our business. So I need a cushion. And I need to grow. Right? So
Makes
these
sense.
things
Made
made
you
me to
make it.
realize that maybe raising capital is a good idea for this. And we have a sizable business, and we had international ambitions from day one.
Right.
If you look at the funding video, I've told this I want to go global.
Yeah.
Right? We just managed to, in last 6 months, we have started the efforts of going global. Right? So, like, aspiration is big. Bootstrap, maybe it will happen, maybe it will not happen. If there is a way to raise capital and speed the process up of doing things, maybe we should do it, and that's the bet that
why
we
not?
do.
Great.
It's a choice.
It's a choice, and you've made that choice.
Yeah.
I mean, makes a lot of sense. For founders who are looking to, I'm not talking about founders who want to, so to say, build something in the edtech space per se, but since you have done all the jazz of raising funds, understanding the VC world, what does it really take to get a check-in early on? I mean, simply put, what does it really take?
You know, here's the funny story. Initially, when I decided, let's try to raise, I told my team that, I mean, when I say team, there were some 6-7 people on a Slack. I
Still
don't
a
think we
team.
have a Slack also. We had a WhatsApp group. I don't remember. Right? I told them that, guys, you guys figure out. I'll take 4 weeks. I don't know what fundraising is, but I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Deck वेक तो बनाना नहीं आता है. Notion में एक doc बनाया, question answer किया, right? And when I spoke to a few friends that I knew, who might know people to understand what is the right thing to do, everybody said you cannot raise. Right? More like everybody like discouraged.
Correct.
नहीं हो पाएगा,
नहीं हो
क्यों कर
पाएगा,
रहा है? Solo founder है, tech नहीं आता है, no code में product बनाया है, right? IIT नहीं है, IIM नहीं है. Like, you don't have any of those ticks. Essentially, everything is a cross.
So to say, yeah.
Right? But that was not true because we had one thing that most of the people didn't have, that was traction.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
As a result, though we didn't have a fancy pitch deck, we had a Notion doc.
Yeah.
Though I didn't have to reach out to a lot of people,
Uh-huh.
a lot of inbounds came in thanks to LinkedIn, and people got to know I was on. See, one other thing is stealth. FOMO हो जाता है investors को कि क्या बना रहा है. So everybody had reached out. क्या बना रहा है? कुछ नहीं. बताऊंगा. So our process was made a Notion doc. I made a list of investors who had invested in any of the companies in India in the last 7-8 months or something like that from Crunchbase. Very growth hacky way. Segregated him into 3 buckets. One that I definitely don't want to raise money from. One I might consider raising money from. One I would love to raise money from. Started to speak to people who I would definitely not raise money from as a mock call. I would record all the calls on Loom when the Zoom session is happening. Then I would send this Zoom recording cut transcript to my manager back in the day, and I would say, go through it and tell me feedback. And all the questions that were coming in, I would make like a Notion doc of FAQs and would start incorporating those questions inside of the Notion doc. So before they ask, I should be able to answer. Now I've done some 7-8 interviews very quickly here, moved on to the phase 2 of people who would
still
be okay
with,
to raise money from. If I would get money, I would take it from these people. And these are not like bad investors. These are good investors. But this is like
just may not be right for you.
This is an IIM, this is a Harvard.
I get it.
Right? So started pitching these people, and Harvard was like, middle class aadmi hai, nahi hoga. Out of your reach. Right? And here I started pitching because there was a process that we had created here. That pitch became much more seamless. I could predict what they're asking, use the same strategies of content, to do the pitch. And we pitched some here, got our first term sheet in like second week of us pitching.
Pretty quick.
Right? This was from Binny Bansal.
From Flipkart.
From Flipkart. Binny Bansal. He has a fund. Right? They gave us they said we'll invest $2 million or something like that. I was super happy. And then incidentally what happened, at least in our story, what happened was few of the people at Sequoia had taken a workshop. And they were like, what are these
Sequoia
guys doing?
had taken your workshop. Okay.
What are these guys doing? This is crazy. Right? And that there was one guy, Pratik karke, he was reaching me out. Sequoia kyun dega humko paisa? I never was like not raising. And I pinged him when I came to the middle phase saying, bro, we are raising money. Do you want to talk? He was like, bro, I'm in vacation. I'll ping you once I'm back. I thought he's not interested. So I started pitching them here, got a term sheet. And then one fine day, I was about to sign the term sheet the next day. This dude called saying, I'm back. Can we chat? I was like, sorry, I got a term sheet. I got an offer already. I'm about to sign. He's like, no. We talk. You give me 1 day. Usually raising capital from companies are like first you do an analyst round.
It takes time.
Analyst talks through you, and then there's basically like a couple of VPs talk to you.
Correct.
And then there is something called as IC round where all the investment committees sit and do like a roast of you. And then they go and decide
if they want to
invest, and they do their own thesis, come back a week later saying yes or no. Right? They were like, no. We have to talk. You give me 1 call. It's enough. And 7 PM ये बोलता हूँ, 10 बजे वो call set करता है. And 1 day before I told my guys, we got a term sheet. Right? At 10 PM he sets up a call, and it was directly an IC. There were bloody like 7-8 people from Sequoia, all people who I've only seen on LinkedIn. Are all sitting, and they're asking me questions. And the questions were 80% the same. So I had all the answers done. You wake me up in the morning, I'll tell you the answer. Right?
That pitch had been...
I didn't even have to pitch.
You didn't have to pitch.
ICs are not pitches. ICs are just question answers. Right? So they asked me a bunch of questions. They were like, okay, cool. We'll get back to you. I was like, bro, I'm signing this tomorrow. After the call, they were like, no, IC loved it. We want to meet you. I was like, time nahi hai. They flew down to Bombay. I was in Bombay then. They flew down to Bombay for lunch with me. Couple of people met, Kriti and Pratik, the 2 people. They met and they said, let's do it. I was like, 4th September, my birthday, term sheet from Sequoia. 5th September of $2 million. 5th September, Teachers' Day, is when Growth School becomes public. Public in the sense not IPO.
Not IPO.
We moved from
stealth to just letting people know what it is.
I make a post, wake up in the morning randomly, nothing was prepared, write in my broken English on LinkedIn and Twitter, post it. The tweet still has grammatical mistakes now. Didn't have a content team then to vet my content. Tweeted, posted, saying, hey guys, Growth School is mine, FYI. Anyone knows about it? This is how we built it. Blows out of proportion, some 5-6 million views together. People like Tanmay Bhatt comment, Fariku comments, retweets.
It was
mad rush.
Mad rush. Yeah.
I was in dinner with Arjun.
Okay.
In Mumbai.
Arjun Vaidya?
Mumbai. Arjun and Trisha, my girlfriend, me, Raj.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of us are having dinner at Koram.
Yeah.
Arjun is celebrating. Arjun helped me during the fundraise saying what to say, what not to say. He's a friend. He was a friend. We were running his D2C program.
Yeah, I remember.
We were not running D2C program. He wanted to run a D2C program. And that's how we became friends.
Okay.
I get a call at 9 p.m. from Prateek. He's like, why? They just gave me a term sheet a day back. Why are they calling me? Did something go wrong? He picks up the phone and said, dude, I saw your launch tweets. That was something. I was like, okay. I thought I screwed something up and they're like, no more money for you. They were like, have you considered taking more money?
What?
I was like, what?
Are you serious?
Let's talk.
Okay.
And he goes back and he says, dude, you know what? For what you're building, it has a lot of traction. I think you'll need more money. Take 4 million.
I mean, when does this happen?
So overnight, from 2 million,
from 2 million to 4 million.
No, purely because they thought whatever the size of the business was or whatever the impact of the business was is based on what they understood.
Correct.
They made some calls, spoke with a few learners. They were like, "Acha, yehi hai."
I'm sure.
But when social media post went and hundreds of learners commented saying, "GrowthSchool आपका है, मैंने ये program किया, मुझे इतना अच्छा लगा."
Then they probably understood the actual magnitude.
This is bigger.
Yeah, right.
This is bigger and get more equity in the company right away. Because as a VC also, they usually have a thumb of acquiring 20% of the company.
Right.
That is their lion's
standard,
share.
Yeah.
If they buy 20% of the company in the seed round, they're buying 20% of the company at the lowest cost possible of the company.
For sure.
So for a VC, it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
I mean, I was very wary of taking it, but they also explained, take money, it'll be helpful. These are things that you want to do. I spoke with a few people. I was like, chalo, theek hai. Iske beech mein ek acquisition offer bhi aa gaya.
Acha.
Somebody wanted to buy out the company for $20 million. A lot of stories happened, story for another day. And then a lot of conversation, spoke with the team. Everybody was like, of course, forget about the amount of money, let's take it from Sequoia. And Sequoia always had the two options, this or that. And then we just said, okay, let's do it. That was our story.
Amazing.
So if anybody wants to raise money, I think this is what I tell everybody, build traction.
Build traction. Because like you said, you probably didn't have all any of the ticks that were needed as per the standard, but you did have traction.
Yeah.
And
but I'll tell you one thing very, very frankly for people who are listening to the story.
Yeah.
The market back in the day was very different. It
True.
was hot.
Yeah.
Everything was hot. Right? So I think we've been very lucky to be in the market at that point of time. With the same traction that we had, if we would have raised money today, we probably would have got only 2 million or maybe 3 million.
Things would have been slightly different.
And that is the reality.
Okay. Yeah, but the fact that you're accepting it is a big deal.
We don't take pride in raising capital at all. We didn't even celebrate it. You can ask the team. Like a lot of people are like, did you do a party? I was like, what for? Somebody gave money to build the business. Why will we party? Right? If nothing, it's a bigger responsibility right now. Right?
Yeah,
you have a fiduciary
the
duty.
Stakes are higher.
Yeah, you have a fiduciary duty to kind of manage right now. You have more people right now.
Do you think it brings in some amount and degree of pressure, Vaibhav? I don't know.
It
pressure
does.
It does?
It does. Obviously it does. Not because it's coming from investors.
Okay.
But it's pressure that I put on myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of founders, I'm sure do
that. Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's the middle class trait that kicks in, saying किसी का पैसे लिया है, उनको बहुत ज़्यादा करके ही वापस करना है. वो एक चीज़ है.
Right.
Also, someone has taken such a big shot at
and
you,
a bet, on you,
trusting that you'll do right by them, and right by the learners and business as well.
Yeah.
So that is what gives you some level of pressure. But our investors have been phenomenal. I'm not saying this because it's getting recorded.
Yeah.
They've been extremely supportive all throughout. Lows, highs. I mean, it's very easy for me to actually tell them that, guys, this is broken. This month is going to be screwed up. And they're like, all cool. No worries. We'll figure it out. कोई आगे डंडा नहीं मार रहा मुझे. But there is always this pressure, and the pressure that I put on myself, again, based on the background, and because of me, it comes to the people saying, boss, we have to grow.
Yeah. That's a given.
That's a given.
Yeah.
I don't want to be an average company.
I'm sure you're not. with that being said, I think Vaibhav, I could always keep going on and keep asking you a lot of questions. It's really interesting to know of your journey and so much more beyond what I knew of you as a founder and your, I would say, early days to everything you've done. But to kind of wrap it up, one last thing to know from you. With everything that we've heard from you and what you're trying to obviously do and the vision with which you want to grow GrowthSchool to and the global vision that you have for the company, for anybody and everybody who has just stuck around till this very point and is still watching us and listening to this podcast, for somebody who is an aspiring founder and through whatever you've been through, I'm not asking you for advice, but what is a profound learning that you've gone through in these last few years, which you think is most essential, non-negotiable when you're building a startup and you're in it for the long-term game, right? And you're constantly building something, which is what we started with and ending the podcast with that. For the builders out there, what's that one thing that you'd like to share?
I would make it very simple. I've said this before.
Yeah.
This is my personal experience. The biggest learning for me in this journey has been, I always knew it was hard.
Okay.
I just didn't know it was this hard. There's a lot of pain, pressure that goes in when I say this.
Yeah.
What looks from outside is extremely rosy.
I know.
Right? And that's how it looked to me as well.
I'm
when
sure.
I was from the outside. The thinking was, यार पैसे तो है, team तो है, सब कुछ तो हो जाएगा.
Right.
Whatever you have thought, multiplied by 100. That is what you'll go through. Are you ready for it? One.
Yeah.
Two is, whatever you're doing today, again, this is something that I say to everyone who I meet who says I want to start up. The question that I ask is, if your bare minimum costs are covered, that is, khana, pina, makan, bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
And I don't think in India anybody needs more than 20-30K to do that.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
30,000 rupees,
30,000,
40,000
yeah,
rupees.
40,000, yeah.
Inflation, whatever, right? Counted for. Would you do what you're doing for the next 10 years without getting paid a penny for? Only your costs are covered. Of course, you have to run a life, you have to eat food.
Yeah, but nothing over and above.
Not everybody comes from a good family that
Yeah.
it can take care of.
Yeah.
Right? Would you do what you're doing for the next 10 years without getting paid for?
That's a very difficult question to answer.
If the answer is yes, do it. If the answer is no, wait for the idea which will make you believe that this is it. Even if the answer is no, then this is not for you.
Got it.
That is. It's a very, very long journey. It's a very lonely journey.
Yeah.
And there is no discounting of it. That is what it is.
Yeah.
It takes decades to build a great business.
Yeah, certainly.
You need to have patience for it.
Yeah.
There is no growth hack here.
There is no growth hack here. There's no playbook to it yet.
There could be a playbook, right? Which will build over time. But that playbook will take 10-15 years in making. It's a 10-15 year old playbook in making.
Yeah.
And the worst case, the worst part of building something is that the odds are not in your favor from day zero. Right? The chances of a business succeeding even after raising capital is less than 10%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're getting into a mill
where you know
that 9 out of 10 times you lose.
Yeah. Yeah, so you better go for it if you actually have that true conviction and persistence to stick around for longer than most people.
For most of the people, I recommend this. Go work in an early stage company for 4 years. I don't have to tell you this anymore.
Yeah.
You don't need to listen to all of this anymore. If you go to let's say you'll say I work in a startup and you go work for a Cred or a Zomato. That's not a startup.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not a
go work for an early stage company where,
you're actually building things from ground up.
Actually building and the true, if you would have come to this office 1 week back at 7 p.m., you would know what I mean by being scrappy. The office can hold officially 65 people.
Okay.
We had 95 people in this floor.
Yeah.
Right? And this is lavish life. Early stage startups are brutal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure.
If you go through it you will of course learn a lot, but that will also tell you direction if you are the person to do it
Who
or
can,
not.
yeah, makes a lot of sense. Hands up. I hope that everyone's listening to that and taking notes. But I think with that, thank you so much, Vaibhav, for joining me on the podcast. I think, like I said, I had a wonderful time, a lot of insights for me to take back as well, a lot of personal learnings with respect to how I think you've gone through various phases. But I think two things that you've stuck around to are one, teaching and building. And I think you're still teaching and building, and I think you'll keep doing that
Hopefully.
forever, hopefully. For everyone who's kind of stuck around till the very end, we will be linking Vaibhav's socials in the description. Not that you don't know him, but definitely do check it out. And also, before we obviously let you go, anything that you'd like to end the podcast on the note of, anything that you'd like to share, and I hope you had a great time.
Keep the hustle on.
Keep the hustle on. Perfect. So I think, thank you so much, Vaibhav, again for being on the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And that's it for this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Dhairya Decodes channel. Thank you.